If you would like to know how to make a homemade tiger loaf, then you're in the right place. But first, let's roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to Simon's Bacon Isolation Inspiration. My name's Simon, aka The Bearded Baker. We're a baking channel where we don't take it seriously and we have fudge and good fun while we bake. And if you like what you see, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. So today we are making a tiger loaf, or as some people like to call it, a giraffe loaf. But don't worry, there isn't actually any real tigers or giraffes in it. That would just be ridiculous. So let's crack on and make this thing. And I'm going to show you the ingredients you're going to need. Ingredients you're going to need to make this loaf is as follows. In this bowl I have got 500 grams of strong white bread flour. In my little pot I have got 7 grams of the fast action instant dried yeast. In this little pot I've got 1 teaspoon of sugar, caster, granulated, who cares. In this tiny little pot I've got 7 grams of salt. And lastly, I have got 350 ml of water and a big boy bowl. Now let's make this dough. So in this bowl, with your 500 grams of flour, get your sugar, bosh it straight in. And your salt, bosh straight in. Now, get your little whisking fingers on and just give that a little stir together. And there we go, that's all your flour and salt and sugar all incorporated. Now it's time to go in with your yeast. Sprinkle that over the top. And now, with your water, just tip the whole lot in. Easy as that. It's at this point, most people use their KitchenAid. What a waste of money them things are. Use your hands, get all mucky, get your hands in the bowl and just get it all incorporated. Now, if you're anything like me and you've got some flour left in the bottom of your bowl, just get just a splish of water and just pop just a little bit in at a time. And then get your dough back in. And you want to continue doing this until you've got all the flour picked up from the bottom of the bowl. And there we go. That is all the flour picked up from the bowl. And what you're left with is a bit of a sticky dough. Now it's time to knead this bad boy. And you'll turn this big old sloppy mess into a nice smooth dough ball. So cue the kneading montage. And there we go, I've been pounding away at this dough for 10 minutes and it's gone from a big old sloppy mess to a nice smooth dough ball, lush. Now, everyone kneads differently. Some people, they pull it and then they roll it back up. Me, I just get the balls in my hands and I just literally just pummel into it for about 10 minutes and it seems to do the trick. And you can always tell it's done. You push your finger in it and it springs back slightly, lush. Now it's time to get this bad boy proving. Now what is proving? Who knows? Some scientific guff that turns this into bread. And if you know, let me know in the comments down below. Now, get yourself some oil and your big boy bowl and just pop just a splish of oil into the bottom. Because this is a savoury dough, you can use oil. Now, get your hand in and just give it a wipe around the sides, up high, and then pick your dough up and throw it straight in. Now you want to cover this with cling film and leave it for about an hour or until doubled in size. And now it's time for one of Simon's fabulous top tips. And today I'm going to show you how to make a proven oven in your own home. Now get yourself a pan that's oven proof and boil your kettle with a little bit of water. Then chuck some water into the pan and pop this at the very bottom of your oven. Now get your dough that you want to prove and chuck it on a shelf above that pan of water. And there we go, you don't need to turn your ovens on. The steam from the pan of the boiling water will make the oven temperature a nice warm environment for that dough to rise. And there we go, there is a proven oven. Probably just saves you guys a load of money instead of buying one of them proven drawers that you see on the bake off. What waste of money? And there we go, my 1 hour timer has gone off and have a look at that. It's definitely doubled in size being in that proven oven. And now it's time to turn this bad boy out. So get your hand in and just literally scrape all the dough out onto your worktop. Now, before we start finishing this, shaping it into its final form, it's time to do the most boring job, and that is line a baking tray. So this is the point, you get someone else to do it. There is all the air knocked out, and what I've done is I've just shaped it into a very small, rough, square shape. Now what we want to do is take the edge and just roll it up, and then when you get it into a sausage sort of shape, just roll it a few times back and forward, and then this should hopefully seal the joint up. And then with the ends, just grip the ends with your hands and just form it into a nice long sausage like that. Perfect. And there we go. There is my final shaped loaf onto the tray. Now you want to cover this with a tea towel and leave it to prove again for another hour or until doubled in size. And this will be freaking massive by the time that's done. Now we have got 10 minutes before this bad boy is double proved. So now's the time to get your oven on. Gas mark 6 or 200 degrees. Get it on. Now while our ovens are heating up, let's run through the ingredients you're going to need to make the nice crackly top. And here we go. In this bowl I've got 90 grams of rice flour. You can get this stuff from big supermarkets. In this little pot I have got 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil. In this bowl I've got just a pinch of salt. In this little pot I've got 3 grams of the yeast. And in this bowl I have got 1 teaspoon of sugar. And in my little jug I have got 90 ml of cold water. And I've also got my hand whisk, very important, and a pastry brush. If you don't have one of these, you can just use a spoon. I find this easier. Let's make this thing. In with your rice flour, go in with your salt, bosh that straight in, your sugar, bosh. And now that's all in the bowl together. Get your little whisking fingers on and just give that a little stir together. You're going to go in with your yeast, gently pour it in. Now's the time to go in with your wet ingredients. Go in with the water. And lastly, the sesame seed oil. And now with your hand whisk, get in there and just give it a good old mix together. You don't want any lumps of flour anywhere. And this is the consistency you'll be needing once you finish whisking. It's just a plopping consistency. Perfect. And now we need to get this onto our proven dough. Do you remember when I told you that this thing will get freaking massive? Well, bosh. Have a look at that bad boy. It is freaking huge, that thing. And now it's time to get this slop onto this. So use your brush or your spoon or whatever you've got. Just get a load and just spread it all over, nice and even. This is going to take a while. And now this bad boy's all painted, it's time to get it into the oven. About half an hour to 35 minutes. So get it in. And there we go. It's been about 35 minutes in the oven. I've let it cool down slightly. And this is the end result. As you can see, it's all cracked and it's given that distinctive pattern of a tiger or a giraffe or whatever exotic animal you want to call it. Now, you want to leave this to cool down and then we can cut into it. There we go. That is our tiger loaf all done and it smells absolutely amazing. If you don't want to make this, at least try making some homemade bread. It is honestly so much better for you. But it's time to shut up and get into it. Now, just have a look at that. Doesn't that look proper good? And it is proper squishy. But let's have a taste test. I love the taste of homemade bread. That is freaking awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, do all that other YouTube guff. And until next time, peace out.